morning, Gracie. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Tweety. Good morning. Boy, are looking so pretty today. All your molting feathers coming off your neck. You still looking pretty good. Hi, Miss Chicken Tender. You've lost quite a bit. You don't even have your tail feathers. No. Good morning. Good morning, pretty girl. Good morning. We are out with the girls. Good morning, Miss Faith. Good morning, pretty girl. Good morning. I forgot to check something. There we go. Hi, Gracie. Good morning. You saying good morning? Huh? Say good morning. Good morning. Hi, Chicken Tender. Good morning. Good morning to whoever joined us. Good morning. Good morning. We are just hanging out with the molting well, I can't say that word. The molting crew. Almost said something else. Oh well. Anyhow, we're hanging out with the molting crew. This is Miss Chicken Tender. As you can see, she doesn't have her full tail feathers like hens normally do. They're really pretty. She's lost them, and she's working on getting her flight feathers back. Hi, Gracie. You kind of started molting a little bit. Yep. Well, good morning, Miss Faith. Would you like to have some treats? Yep. We just did a perimeter check with our girls. We had several predators join us last night, I shall say. Hello, Miss Midnight. Real quick, before I go into the rest of that, our girls are doing their full molt. It looks like the predators got in, but they did not. This is actually from them. This is normal. Or anybody who's not a chicken keeper. Good morning, Andale. Good morning. How are you? So our girls are going through their fall molt, which is absolutely normal. There's Miss Chicken Tender. Oh, there we go. She has no feathers. Hello, Miss Chanel. Good morning. Good morning. It's really hard on chickens during their molts. So you really don't want to pick them up as they're getting in their pin feathers. It actually hurts the girls, so I don't typically hold the girls during this time. I'm just real gentle with them. Oh yes, those feathers made me a little nervous. Yeah, no, don't let that bother you. This is normal. However, this is my little chicken update. As of last night, we had several predators come through. I have cameras everywhere for a reason, and I have been checking them every single night. Well, actually in the morning, checking the nights, what's going on through the night. And which I think every chicken keeper, even ones that are in urban settings, which is what my girls are in, they're kind of half. So they're about 15 feet off my house, but technically they're in the county, so I don't know how you want to say that. Good morning, Krubby. Good morning. So anyhow, if you want to know what predators are in your area, I highly recommend getting cameras to see what you're dealing with, even if you're in an urban homestead, because quite frankly, you have predators in the city. Good morning. Oh no. Well, good evening. And I was just about to go to bed. Not now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Good morning, prepping for heaven. Welcome. Welcome. So chickens don't typically attract, well, okay, I don't want to say this. They do attract, but they don't. You have predators in your area, and I think it's important, if you're going to think about chickens, to know your predators, and that way you can deal with it appropriately. And most people want to do everything that they can to help their chickens out. So anyhow, I have cameras, and every morning I do go ahead and I check them. And last night we had a family of raccoons come through, and we had a coyote. And we are really close to the city, like very, very close. Like, I'm city limits, the girls are not. So anyhow, I just want you to be aware of that and then prepare from there. So what I have done is we have hardware cloth, and we have been monitoring them for a while. And a few days ago, we went ahead and I'm going to show you. We reinforced coming up higher on the sides where the fence is open, so the girls get more circulation, because they can get into your runs and attack your chickens, and I just don't want that to be a problem with my girls. We love our hens. They are our pets. Daz, we're probably crazy in a good way. Not as crazy as you are with Lady, right? Lady? Girl. With girl. Gosh, I said that wrong. We love our hens quite a bit, so we are going to do everything we can to protect them. So right now we have a cornfield, and I can show that to you, next to the girls. And I suspect part of the problem is that they are living in the cornfield. Yes, girl. Yes, she's a sweet girl. So our cornfield is literally right next to our chickens. And no problem. Oh, no. I don't know what's going on prepping for heaven. I apologize about that. That is not me. I can tell you that. So I'm wondering if that is a Nightbot problem. And I appreciate the fact that you said that. I will have to look into that a little bit later. Yeah, I think that it's important. Daz, we went ahead and we've added, even on the inside, we have a little bit down here. And then ours, because it is not our property, we did not bury the 1/4 inch on the outside when we originally did it, which is with the black zip ties, as you can see. Ours actually comes down and out like this on the ground. See, the grass has grown up around it, and it has helped keep them from digging that way. We then went back, and as you can see with the white zip ties, we have now added more, because originally they could get through this part of the fencing, not so much down here, but we went up to protect our girls. And then of course they have the shade cloth, which is really nice, so we've reinforced that as well. And we just keep cameras on. We are considering doing a trap and release with the raccoons, if we catch them. We have a nice place that they could go live. So that is something that we are considering doing if they keep coming back, because we just don't want them to mess with it. But my hopes is that we're going to hold off and wait and see when the corn comes down. And I mean, I don't know when that's coming down. It really needs to completely dry out. So that's what we're waiting on. That is feed corn. So anyhow, it has to be completely dried out, and then they will take that down. And I'm hoping once that's down, we'll have maybe a week or two of hard predator. So that's hard predator pressure. So that's why the runs are reinforced. Then after that, I'm hoping that that will resolve itself, and then we'll be ready for winter is my hope with the girls. But I just wanted to show this to everybody, just because being in an urban setting, oh, thank you, Daz. I just want to make sure that everything's safe. So I'm going to go back and look at the comments. So it's not just here, and it's happened in other sites too. I suspect that they have Nightbot programmed in, and Nightbot will often do that. I don't know anything about Botismo. I know some people use that. That might be something I need to look and see if I've got something different. And okay, so Anne asked, do you have a top on your coop? Yes. So my coop, let me see if I can show that to you, Anne. Let's see. So it has a solid roof that we've put on. So that is the coop, okay? And then the original, there's 2 runs. It's going to be kind of, maybe if I go like inside, you can see that there's a hard top. Well, kind of, you can see. There we go. You can see that there's a hard roof on the original run. This is what we call the small run or the original. You'll hear me use both phrases because my husband and I are woodworkers, and we actually built the coop and the original run with plans that we got off of Etsy, and then also the run was from plans from, oh, sugar. I got to think of who that was. It's not Anna White, because I like Anna White's plans. It's another one, and I'll try to get that name for the next live. But anyhow, we did it off of those plans, and it is a coop that is made for 8 birds. We have 9, so I wish I had built a bigger one. We did it right before the prices of lumber went up, so it was cheaper for us to build the coop than it was to purchase one. I'll just be honest with you. We looked at coops the same size, and they were running at least $1,000 at the time. I have no idea where they're at today. And for us to build the coop, excuse me, it was about $450 with everything, the door, the windows, everything, and the run, $450 for everything. So it was a lot cheaper for us to do it. Good morning, Green Granny. And I really wish we had built it bigger. Chicken math is a thing. For those who don't already know, I am a new chicken keeper. Well, I'm now 2 years into it. And this is my first flock ever, ever. And I did all my research, and I had several friends who are chicken keepers. I have a good group of people that I can turn to for advice, and several of them had said, you want to order 2 extra hens because you might lose them in the beginning and as babies. And I said, okay. And then, I ordered chicks, I should say. And so I ordered them, and when I got to check out at Meyer Hatchery, which I really like Meyer Hatchery, I've been to the location, I've checked them out in person, awesome place. They're in Ohio, which is kind of far from here. But anyhow, I ordered this thing called Meal Maker, and I had no idea what it was, being a new chicken keeper, and I didn't do my research as well as I should have. I thought it was food for the birds. Meal Maker, food for the birds. I wanted electrolytes, so I ordered that, had the girls vaccinated, had that, and for Merrick's, and did everything right. I have to pan over and show you this. And yeah, Anne, if you have any further questions, let me know. I'd be willing to help you and give you any knowledge I've got. Anyhow, I ordered them, and I got this extra bird, and I had no idea. In fact, it took me 4 weeks to figure it out. 4. Meal Maker is a free bird. You must purchase 3 chicks at the same time. And then when you go to checkout, click Meal Maker. It's a program that they've got where you donate the eggs or the meat of the bird, if you're doing meat birds, to somebody in need. And either way, I donate my eggs, so it works out really good. I give them to people in need all the time, and also to family members. The family knows that they are not to ask. They're just to call me and say, hey, do you have a dozen eggs? And of course, the family gets them at any time, especially Aunt Lynn from the Aunt Lynn Show. She's always at my house. Yes, I agree with it. It is hard to describe to somebody who's never been a chicken keeper what they're like. There are a few things that I would recommend, and if you're looking into this, oh, it's starting to rain. Well, let's see here. That's not too bad. So, Anne, if you're going to get chicks, I would recommend that you get a heat plate. Don't get heat lamps. Look into a heat plate for your chicks. Think of it as an insurance cost. It is pricey. The last time I checked, they were about $80. But you might be able to find them cheaper in your location. Again, think of it like an insurance plan. Heat lights can cause fires, and you could lose your home or garage or wherever you're putting them. So think of a heat plate as insurance. Another thing I would look at is look on Amazon and look up puppy playpen, get the extra large. Trust me when I say get the extra large. It is a great place to brood your chickens, and it makes a great hospital. Because you might have to deal, I mean, as chicken keepers, we have to deal with injured birds, sick birds, and we need to separate them from the flock. This is not a place for broody chickens. I use something different for that. But this is more of a brooder and a chicken hospital. And they're about $30 on Amazon. I've purchased 4 of them. I think I gave one to a friend. So I have 3, I know for a fact, in the garage. When our chickens have been sick, I've been able to pop it up, put some pine shavings in it, and been able to do what I need to do for the girls. So, I bought it when they were chicks, and I used it as a brooder, and it's perfect as a brooder. But make sure you get extra large the size. Don't go for small. You need them as big as possible so that way they can run around. They flap their wings. When they're first coming to the house, you're like, oh, this thing is too big. Trust me. Trust me. Hold on to it. Use it. You'll thank me later on that one. Don't go too small with your brooders. But anyhow, I think you're in an urban homestead. So, so that would be really good to put up. If you were doing this like on a farm, of course, like the really nice built ones, the wooden ones are really nice too. But this makes it great because you can put it away and store it. So that's what I use. And then another thing that I personally like, if you have harsh winters, is the Premier One waterers. These are expensive too. Premier One is not cheap. In the summertime, it is a cooler. It is insulated, and oh, that works good too. An extra large, yep, that works good if you've already got one. So these insulate the water really well. In the summertime, I can put ice in it, and they get fresh ice water through the summer, and then it keeps it cool for several hours. That is awesome. You can also DIY it too, and that's good too. But this is a heater as well. So anyhow, in the wintertime, I can turn these on. I have my coop is not heated. It does not have, or sorry, yeah, it's not heated. Doesn't have electricity, because keep in mind that my chickens are not actually on my property, so I do not have electricity running to them. So in the wintertime, I have used an extension cord to run to my house. And then I also use batteries. Ryobi makes some like adapters that you can use, and I've run it batteries that way to keep my girls cool with fans, and then also to run these off. Another thing that I really like, it's not necessary, is the Grandpa's feeders, which are out of New Zealand. I would not get the cheap one because there's no sharp edges underneath, and the girls can't get hurt. Now, I'm going to let you hear the sound, but it's more of a sound is a problem, not an actual thing. So you'd think that they would get hurt, but they don't. Anyhow, I absolutely love it. It keeps predators or keeps actually mice out of it. It saved me so much money on feed. And this is actually sitting outside. We can fill it with 25 pounds of food and once a week check on it and fill it up. The girls literally will just stand on it and then they'll eat. So it has saved us so much money. It was an investment piece for us. Not necessary, but it has saved us in the feed bill is where it's helped us out. And I would say we've made our money back on that, and not having to waste the feed. So, but not necessary. It really, you don't need to spend a crazy amount of money on things. I just did things to make it easy on me. I'm a full-time caregiver, and my priorities are with my husband. And so chicken keeping needed to be simple for me. So that's why I set it up. But you got to do what's best for you. And I want to make that very clear. You don't have to follow everything I do. But these are the things that I like that I've done. There are things that I wish I had done better on. I wish I had built the original run bigger. So think bigger, and your birds, how do I want to say this the right way? So they don't need as much space as you think, but then it's better to give them more space. So they can run around. Depending on your situation, if you free range them, of course they've got your property to run around. I don't, because we are so close to the city limits. I don't want my girls in the city. I'm afraid that something could happen to them. They do get out, they do free range, but I am outside with them when this happens. So, anyhow, I wish I had made the runs bigger, and I wish I had a bigger coop, because chicken math is a thing, and I want you to think about that too. I go to the tractor stores and I look at baby chicks all the time, and I'm going, ooh, I would just love to just tuck a few more into the flock. I would love to. So kind of consider that too, because they are addictive. But they're so rewarding. Minnie just walked away, and Minnie is my husband's favorite bird, and a neighborhood said no free range. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. So similar to what I've got of a situation. Another thing you can do, and I actually have one, it's not set up right now, but we do the portable fencing from Premier One. I bought a fence for that, so that keeps the girls contained, and they get to go out in that when I'm outside. I'm also looking for predators such as hawks and such, the flying ones. So, I am outside with my girls. I probably look pretty funny to my neighbors standing outside with my chickens, but I don't really care. Just a girl who loves her chickens, and that's all that matters. But anyhow, you don't free range them, don't stress over it. As long as they get fresh water every day, they get feed, they get a place to run around. You want to have a lot of perches. We are going to be building one. We had a big one here and it disintegrated, so it was old. It's time to do it. But you always want to go up with your perches. So if your space is small, go build things where they can climb up on. We have stumps, so the girls will perch on a stump. They'll just kind of hang out. We have scrap wood, so stay tuned. We will be building something for them to hop up on, and they really like it. You'll see all the birds hanging up. See, our neighbors want to do this together so we can have more. Only allowed 4 per owner, but if we cross the property line, we could have 8. And let me tell you, be prepared for something. You are going to have the most delicious eggs. If you've never had eggs from backyard chickens or a farm, good morning, Hygge Homestead, welcome. They are honestly the best eggs I have ever had. They do slow down in production right now due to molting. I have 9 hens. We are getting 1 egg a day during molting season. This is due to also the sunlight, so the production will be low. It'll pick back up in January when the girls get more sun. There's a way to remedy that. Starting in the summertime, you put Christmas lights inside your coop, and you could just turn them on for several hours to make sure they get the most hours. But of course, you want them to have pitch dark, so make sure that they do shut off during bedtime. But you can get the egg production to stay up that way if you want. I choose to give my girls a break when the molting season begins. That's just when production falls, and then I just wait until January. It's just my personal choice, but I know a lot of chicken keepers. Oh, no, oh goodness, Daz, bless your heart. You go to bed, get some sleep. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you, and you have a great night. But anyhow, so I'm not too concerned about the girls taking a break. But kind of keep that in mind, Anne. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Lazy Days. Good morning. So anyhow, that's just some things that I do. I've had my chickens now since March of 2020, and they are the funniest little things. You learn about how that they are so social. You'll learn some of their sounds that they make and what that means. Like sometimes you're just saying hello, right, Tweety? I don't know if you heard her. Yep, see, she's saying hello. She's walking by. And then when I give them chicken scratch, they make a funny sound. So I'm going to be quiet. Here's their treats. Just listen. Come back. Hi, ladies. They're asking for treats. Like, oh, you got something? And then they'll start talking to each other as they're eating. It's funny. See, they've got their own little language. If I could add words, it's like, oh, this is good. This is good. Now get out of my way. This is good. It's the sweetest little sound to listen to them talk. Now, if I'm outside of the run and I want them to go in to their chicken run, I'm done being outside, I need to hurry up, I got something else going on, I will grab this container and go inside the run with the door propped open. And I love you. Move over mine. Yep, exactly. That's what they're saying. Exactly. They will scream if I'm inside their little run with the door propped open and they're outside free ranging. They will scream. They will fly. They only get like about that far up off the ground, and they will come running back in. It is the cutest thing ever. So anyhow, well, I don't want to cut this short, but I just checked the time and I need to get off of here. I've got some errands I need to run. We'll talk more about chickens and tips and tricks the next time. If you've got questions, make sure you ask away. You can ask underneath the live and I'll come back and I'll take a look at it. But I hope this gets your day going. I hope you have a great day. Say goodbye, ladies. Say goodbye. All right, you guys, y'all have a wonderful day. Give somebody a hug. We need 15 hugs to survive every day. It's a thing. I'll give you that little poem later. But give somebody a hug, you guys. Have a great day. Bye.